Hi everybody, this is Ted Bauman from the Bauman Letter. I'm here today speaking with my good friend Jamie Vrijhof-Droese, who is Swiss and works for a company in Switzerland that really does something unusual, and I think something that a lot of Americans don't really know even exists. And she and my father, Bob Bauman, have actually just collaborated on a new book, which is going to be available through one of my news services that's coming out quite soon. And I wanted to ask Jamie a little bit about this book and why we think it's going to be such a useful addition to the Bauman Letter. Jamie, how you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us a little bit about this new book.
So, as you said, it's called Swiss Money Secrets, yes. And I co-authored it with Bob Bauman. Mm-hmm. And the reason we felt the need for this book is because Switzerland has so many great options for foreign clients, such as Americans, and lots of people aren't aware of the options Switzerland offers. So we felt it would make sense to put out like an extensive book showing everything that's available for US clients. But not only that, we are also talking about Switzerland's rich history, its unique politics, and even the Swiss people in general.
So basically you're giving a sort of an overview of what's available to Americans in particular in this book.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Now, a lot of people in this country would be surprised to learn that it's actually possible for ordinary Americans to invest in Switzerland at all. Has that become easier in recent years?
Yes, it's funny you mentioned that, because that's exactly our experience, that lots of people don't know that it's available and that it's not that complicated, that it's completely legal and compliant with the SEC. I wouldn't, to be honest, say that it has become easier in regards to paperwork, but it has definitely become easier in regards to Swiss people specializing on the US, on American clients. So we have lots and lots of people, of banks, of asset managers that are specialized on US clients, that are registered with the SEC, and this aspect has definitely made it easier for Americans to come to Switzerland.
Now, I think most people in America would imagine that you have to have a lot of money to do this, but that's not really true, is it? I mean, you can basically invest in in an investment brokerage account in Switzerland with a lot less than people think.
Well, yes. So if you go directly to a Swiss private bank, the minimum is usually as high as $1 million. Right. But if you go through a asset management company, such as the company I'm working for, they usually have special deals with the private banks that you can get in with minimums as low as 500,000 or even sometimes 250,000 US dollars.
Right. Now, what are the real advantages of investing through a Swiss brokerage or a Swiss asset manager, particularly compared to investing in the United States? I mean, what sells it?
So there are many good reasons to invest in Switzerland, but there are two particular reasons I'd like to mention. And one is the international diversification, like the additional dimension it adds to your portfolio and the different focus it also adds. And the other thing is the you have the decline of the US dollar. So the US
currency, right?
Yes,
right,
exactly.
Right.
So the US dollar has lost about 75% of its value over the past couple of decades. And if you have an account in a foreign country such as Switzerland, you have the option to also invest in foreign currencies. So this gives you like some security against a further decline of the US dollar.
Right. Now, in terms of the kinds of investments that people can make through these things, what kinds of assets can they invest in?
So Switzerland is kind of a one-stop shopping. This means you can do basically everything through one account, through one contact person. Our accounts are usually set up in a way that we hold some stocks, obviously, some bonds, also some foreign currencies, and lots of our clients also like precious metals. So you can hold all of these in one deposit account.
So you could actually own physical precious metals through one of these accounts?
Yes, you can.
Now, one thing we didn't speak about it just before the filming, but I understand that it's possible for Americans to invest part of their retirement accounts even into.
Yes.
How does that work?
That's true. So if you'd like to have part of your IRA offshore, for example in Switzerland, you have to work with an SEC registered asset manager who then works with a company based in the US. In our company it would be Gold Star in Texas, and they work as the trust administrator, and they open up the account on behalf of their US clients with the Swiss bank.
Now, you've mentioned a couple of times SEC registration, and that's the Securities and Exchange Commission, the US.
Yes, exactly.
Tell me how that works for a Swiss institution like yours. What do you guys have to do to get that registration?
Well, there are many different rules and regulations the SEC has or America has for its clients to invest offshore. So if you'd like to get registered with the SEC, you just have to show that you're aware of all those rules and regulations, and that you have like a compliance officer who like makes sure that everything is going to be compliant. And yeah, that's basically it.
So
yeah.
basically, an investor who works with somebody like yourselves can rest assured that all that reporting stuff, you guys know how to do it.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Because I think that's one of the things that scares a lot of American investors.
Yes.
Just as we close up, tell me a little bit about the specific firm that you work for. What's it called? Where are you? How do people get in touch with you and things like that?
Yes. So I'm working for a company called WHVP in Zurich, Switzerland. And the company was founded almost 30 years ago in 1991, and we have focused on American clients from the very beginning. And we have been registered with the SEC for, I think, close to 15 years now. Mm-hmm. And we have very good relationships with Swiss private banks and also Austrian private banks with Gold Star in Texas, as I mentioned before. Mm-hmm. And we help American clients to open up the account at the private bank in their name, mm-hmm. and then receive a limited power of attorney, and then we invest the account according to the investment strategy that was established beforehand with the client.
Right, so basically somebody comes to you, you sit down, you talk to them about their investment goals, you work out a strategy, and then you implement that yes. relationship with the bank. Exactly,
that's what we do.
And now, just if somebody were to show up, let's say, at the doors of a Swiss bank and try to do this on their own, would that be possible, or would it be much more difficult than going through you guys?
Yes, so it might be possible. You might find a bank, but it's much more difficult. It's much more complicated, and as I said, the minimum is also a lot higher.
A lot higher. Right?
Yes.
Well, folks, we've been talking with Jamie Vrijhof-Droese about the exciting opportunities of investing in Switzerland. And as regular readers of the Bauman Letter will know, I recommend international diversification. And I think this is one of the best options there is. Remember, we've got a new book out now called Swiss Money Secrets. It's published on our website, and we're going to be including that in a new product that I'm going to be launching soon. I'll be talking about it later here at the conference, and I'll give some more details about it. But I think it's going to be a really exciting aspect and opportunity for all of our readers. Anyway, thank you very much.